Pashas Vayigash, the Torah tells us how Yehuda finally makes amends with Yosef Zakutinsky. They come together, and what's described is Vayigash Elov Yehuda, that Yehuda approaches Yosef Zakutinsky, now knowing it's Yosef, thinking that it's this erratic, non-Jewish prime minister who's making them crazy, who's threatening to keep them all in prison, which would be the end of Yehuda as he bore responsibility for Binyamin. And the pasuk says, "Vayigash el Yehuda," that Yehuda approaches Yosef. And Chazal comment, "Vayigash el Yehuda," that approachment of Yehuda towards Yosef was contained in that a few things. First of all, he approached for the purposes of trying to appease Yosef. Certainly, he approached also with the intent that if this goes sour, he's willing to fight. And Chazal also say that he approached Yosef as a means of davening as well. That while he was speaking to Yosef, he was also thinking that he's talking to Hashem. That's an unbelievable lesson. The Svarim explain that sometimes a person is in a situation in life where they can't open up a tehillim, right? They can't open up a siddur. They're not able to. They're not in that situation. But Vayigash el Yehuda is teaching us a new method of davening, which is that while you're having a conversation with another person and you're putting in your normal hishtadlus and work, and whatever the case may be, to try to better your situation, that itself can become a form of tefilah if at the same time you're thinking that while I'm talking to this person and while I'm putting in the hishtadlus, at the same time I remember that it's God that's in control. And ultimately my hope is that it's Hashem that's going to help me through this person. And hopefully this person is going to be a shliach of Hashem to better my situation, to help me out. If you approach the situation like that, that's called davening. That's Vayigash el Yehuda. Yehuda didn't say anything to God, he was talking to Yosef. But because he was sensitive to the fact that ultimately God is in control, and it's Hashem who is going to help him through Yosef, that itself is a form of tefillah. And as long as a person keeps that in mind, then even if they're talking to regular people and putting in the work and so on and so forth, that's called avodas Hashem, that's called divine service, that's called davening. And with that, the person can fulfill the words of the Gemara. The Gemara says, Rabbi Yochanan said, "Halavai, if only a person could daven all day long." So how could a person daven all day long? You have to go to work, you have to talk to people. The answer is, if at the same time you're remembering that all of your success comes from God, then even while you're working and while you're putting in effort and talking to people, you're having in mind at the same time that Hashem should help you through these people. That's called davening. That's Vayigash el Yehuda. So Hashem should help you. We should be able to remember that, of always being able to find the opportunity and the right mindset, of always being in a state of davening, always being in a state of attachment to God. Hashem should help you. We should come into Shabbos, Menuchas HaNefesh, Menuchas HaGuf, and both individually and collectively see the redemption of our people, the Yeskel Tzedek, and here we may know.
Thank you, Hashem.